Afternoon, everybody. It's Cargo Bike Cowboy here. I've been watching the weather, and so apparently a lot of really cold weather coming, especially in the northern regions of the United States, particularly the Northeast. So I thought I'd do a video today about what I wear in the cold on a ride. So let's start out with the base layer. For my base, long underwear. All right. These are a cotton poly blend made by Hanes, just the normal average long underwear. I find them to be a sufficient base layer. Just a normal pair of cotton socks. I will put the long underwear on, pull these socks over my feet up over the long underwear to keep them from riding up and down on my leg and keep any air from getting on my skin. Over that, I will put a pair of these Wrangler, they're cargo pocket pants, very stretchy material, flexible material. These are probably also a cotton poly blend. Yeah, no, they're nylon and spandex is what they are. They're very breathable, and I need that breathability, and I'll tell you why in a minute. As far as a shirt goes, I will have a cotton shirt, just a t-shirt. Underneath that, I will wear a shirt made of a wicking material, so that if I do start to sweat, it will wick that sweat off my body. And I'll wear the wicking shirt, then a cotton t-shirt. That way, if I were to sweat a lot, which I try never to do, if I'm riding and I start sweating, I will stop and take off layers. So that's the base layer underneath everything. Then over my pants, I have this pair of nylon water and windproof, I call them ski pants. These are made by, hold on a second, these are made by Columbia, and it doesn't tell on that tag what they're made out of. The shell of them is 100% nylon, and the lining is 100% nylon, but they are insulated. They're not super thick, but these are really great at blocking the wind and the rain. They work really well. I got them at Academy Sports last year for $80. They also have a snap pocket on one side and a zipper pocket on the other, on the outside. Now, for a top layer, I'll wear one of these little neoprene jackets. It's like a neoprene on the outside and like a fleece kind of lining on the inside. Depending on temperature, sometimes just with a wicking shirt, a t-shirt, and this is good at blocking the wind. Okay, and sometimes I'll just wear that for my upper layer. It just depends on temperatures. If it's at freezing or below, I have this jacket. Okay, it's one of the jackets with the big fur-lined hood, and it's made of nylon. Okay, I had one of these when I was a kid up north, and I remember it being very, very warm. And the nice thing about this jacket is, I'll show you here, if you're out in the wind, it's real windy, and I don't like zipping it up like I'm about to show you when I'm riding, because I need my peripheral vision. But if you were to stop and be in the wind, the nice thing about this jacket is, okay, this is the hood, and when you zip it up all the way, it creates like a funnel. And what this does is it brings that out past the front of your face to block the wind from your face. It's very nice, trust me. I got this jacket at a Goodwill a couple years ago for $20. And what I did was, earlier this year, I hung it on a clothes hanger, hung it from a tree limb, and I sprayed it with this, the entire jacket. And this is a waterproofing. It's a silicone waterproofing. So now this jacket is also waterproof, just like the pants. So now I have an exterior layer that is windproof and waterproof. And the wind is the thing that really gets you in the cold when you're riding. When you're riding and that wind's blowing on you, if it's going through your clothes, it's going to chill you to the bone. So you want to make sure that you're covered from that. And I will bring this with me. Even if I'm not wearing it, I will put it in a dry bag and I will bring it with me just in case the temperature were to drop. Now, if I'm wearing this, because it's that cold already, I will also bring the little neoprene jacket in a dry bag just in case the temperature were to go up or I started getting too hot. I have an option. I could take this off, put the neoprene jacket on. If for some reason it was so cold that this jacket wouldn't protect me, I have worn the neoprene jacket underneath this bigger, heavier coat. But the problem with that is you will sweat, because between that neoprene and this, I mean, that's just a lot of layers and a lot of warmth. Now, as far as a hat, sometimes I'll just wear a regular, knit hat. In extreme cold situations, I like one of these because it covers my ears well and still gives me a lot of vision. If it's real cold, I might even go with something like this, the old ski mask type hat. I also have a pair of goggles that I bring with me just in case, if there was freezing rain or extreme wind, having something, to block your face and cover your nose, and it's still breathable. It's vented very well. These were actually given to me, and they're very nice. Got a lot of nice cushion on them, so they don't push on your face too hard. But it's good at blocking the wind off your nose and your eyes. And like I said, if there's freezing rain or a big flurry of snow, this could help you, not get all that moisture into your eyes, which could potentially blind you. I also have, the old neoprene face mask for blocking wind. These things are great. Blocks the wind well. It just velcros in the back. Does a great job of blocking the wind. For gloves, I bring a pair of these with me. These are rubberized, and then they're just knit on the other side. And for the most part, these will keep your hands warm. Now, in extreme cold, I have a pair of just regular ski gloves. I got these for like $2 at Menards, our local Menards. One day I was in there and saw them, and I bought a couple pair. They're just cheap, winter nylon gloves, great at blocking the wind. Nylon does a really good job of blocking the wind. I've heard that Gore-Tex does too, but I can't afford Gore-Tex. But that's my basic way I layer when I ride in the cold, and I have no problem. And I mean, it didn't cost me a lot to put it together. I mean, between the pants and the jacket, that was $100, because I went to a Goodwill. But if you live in extremely cold temperatures, you may have to go with a different layering system. But for where I live in Indiana, this is perfectly fine. It's always worked well. The other thing I would mention to you about riding in the cold is make sure you bring plenty of water. I take no less than 2 gallons and 2 water bottles with me. I put that in one of my bags. Always have plenty of water in the winter. You do not want to become dehydrated. You want to stay well hydrated. And I always stop, of course, and make a nice hot cup of coffee or a cup of hot chocolate. And I always have a little food with me, just to make sure that I have my energy levels up, because the human body's like a wood stove. When it's cold out, if you want to stay warm, you have to put a lot of wood into that wood stove, keep it going. And I'm not telling you to go out there and ride and just fill your body full, but you want to have some nutrition in there, because that's how your body makes warmth. It needs fuel to make the fire, to keep you warm. So going on a whole day ride with no fuel with you, unless you're going to stop and get some, is just not a good idea. And it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Eat a good breakfast, go on your ride, and halfway through the day, I like to stop and cook. I like to make coffee and cook some bacon, some eggs, whatever. But that's just something I enjoy, is being outside and cooking. The other thing, if you're in snowy conditions, you might want to consider the tires on your bike. Like right now, I'm running a 26 by 2.4, and they have some tread. But for any depth of snow, they would not be great. Now, studded tires, I've heard from a lot of cyclists and on a lot of YouTube videos that studded tires are the way to go if there's snow and ice. I can't afford the studded tires, but what I did get the other day was these new, they just arrived today, I ordered them, but they're knobbies. And I figure I don't think we get a whole lot of snow here in Indiana. I haven't seen it in the 5 years I've been here. These are, of course, the Schwabies, 26 by 2.1. I'm running a 2.4 now. That's what I prefer. But the reason I got these is because I buy most of my tires through Bike Tires Direct. And no, they do not sponsor me. I'm not sponsored by anybody. But these 2 tires was a total of $40 with shipping and everything. They were on sale. If you want parts, especially tires, I recommend Bike Tires Direct, because you can become a gold member and then you'll have savings, and they will, if you get on their email list, they'll email you, whenever they're having a sale. And I always find really good deals on the Schwalbe tires I like, on Bike Tires Direct, and that's who I order them from. It ships out of, I believe, Oregon, like maybe Portland. I think they have 2 warehouses, one in Oregon and one somewhere else. But I ordered these, and it took them it was less than a week for them to get here. And I got these because they were on sale, and to have an extra set of tires, if we were to get a big snow event, I would be able to swap my tires out, and then I would be able to, continue riding through the snow. So that's my video for today. I hope it was helpful. Once again, I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you so much for subscribing, viewing, liking, and commenting on my videos. I really appreciate it. It really helps my channel. So y'all be safe out there and have a great day.